Emergency departments across the country are overflowing with e-scooter accident victims, and the numbers just keep going up. For Kathy and Ross, it's very personal. They lost their son a year ago, but they are bringing purpose to their pain, helping others facing the same challenges.
There's a famous song by Luke Combs, Beautiful, Crazy. And Jaden Abraham lived by those lyrics. Wild, with a wicked laugh and the biggest heart.
Who's ready for some presents?
A lover and a fighter. Who's ready? The champion boxer.
Good stuff, buddy. Thumbs up.
Who was a champion bloke. Beautiful.
He had just the most bluest sparkle in his eyes.
And crazy.
Yeah, he was fiercely protective.
Very protective.
And to see this videos, I'm assuming, of him with your boys.
My boys, yeah.
They were all up to no good.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah. No, he was a beautiful uncle.
This week marks 1 year without Jaden for his sister Tara and parents Kathy and Ross.
It's about 1:30 in the morning. We woke to the doorbell ringing and the knock on the door. Opened the door, 2 police officers informed me what no parent wants to hear, that your son's been in a really serious accident and is in ICU.
Jaden had been in an e-scooter crash in Byron Bay, part of a disturbing trend that's seen the number of similar accidents soar. In Queensland alone, there's been an 84% jump in hospital admissions for e-scooter accidents in 2 years.
We're having up to 2 presentations a day.
Trauma specialist Dr. Gary Mitchell from the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital.
We're definitely starting to see more serious injuries due to the private scooters and the increased speed that they can have. Certainly in the data we've collected with the JTI, we're seeing that the younger males are at more risk.
In Jaden's case, he suffered critical head injuries.
So we brought in Jaden's boxing gloves, put them on his hands, and then just encouraged him to fight. We're here fighting for you, Jaden.
Family and friends never left his bedside.
One of my closest friends, Joe, brought me a blanket. And I mean, it was the weirdest thing, but I just never let it go. That waiting room became our home for 4 days. It really did.
And then a friend did bring in a large laundry basket full of food, and it had pain relief, it had water, it had chips, it had whatever you could think of, lip balm.
You didn't want to leave, did you?
No.
That's exactly right. You don't want to leave the room for anything. So that basket just felt like a miracle in such a horrible, horrible time.
Jaden was 31 years old when he died.
I walked outside the ICU ward for probably an hour, just up and down, just saying, what do I do here? And in the end, we decided that we trust the doctors and their opinions, and trust that we want to honour Jaden's wishes.
One of those wishes to always give. And so from grief, the Abrahams designed care packages for other families with loved ones in ICU. Walking back into the Gold Coast University Hospital, arms loaded with canvas totes. Back into the arms of the staff who once cared for them. They have bags for adults and children.
Chocolate, definitely a big distraction.
Full of all the small comforts that helped them in Jaden's final days.
20 bags can last maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
That's not a lot of time, is it?
No, it's not a lot of time.
They're distributed by ICU social worker Lauren Thomas.
This family. Oh.
She was with the Abrahams after Jaden's accident.
We get taught how to provide the support, and it's always verbal. You know, we never are able to do much more than verbal. That is what support looks like. But with this, it's tangible.
6 hospitals across Queensland and New South Wales are already using these bags. Another 4 have shown interest. But the goal for the family is that every hospital across Australia with an ICU unit has access to them.
But that costs money. So to fund the dream, Ross will cycle from Perth to Byron Bay, 4,300 kilometres $1K for every bag needed. 1 month along the most rugged roads in Australia.
What does it feel like?
Corrugations feel like someone has pulled down your pants and hits you repeatedly with a cricket bat.
The things you do for your son.
Things you do for your son.
A white-knuckle ride with a bit of Jaden inspiration at his fingertips.
Then he had tattoos on his fingers. One was a sun and one was a moon.
Because it represents him so well, shines so bright. But there was those little crazy moments where you're like, oh, Jaden, what are you doing?
That symbol now a silent bond shared between other ICU families grappling with loss.
There was actually one day we were delivering to one of the hospitals and a recipient, one of the family members was just coming out and she had a bag over her shoulder and she said, "Are you the people that bring these?" And we said, "Yes," and she burst out crying. We burst out crying and she just said, "Thank you." And it just, yeah, it brings purpose to our pain.
And Ross sets off on Jaden's longest ride on Monday. It is an epic journey and the details are on our website.